Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Yet another wondrous day lies ahead of our beautiful nation as we continue to develop new residential areas, as we continue to develop new industries, and as we establish the first ever international airport of our beautiful, beautiful nation. Way off in the distance there, you can see planning is well underway, and hopefully within the next couple of years, in game time, we will be opening this brand new method of transportation, allowing tourists to arrive, allowing workers to travel from one part of the nation to the other. But folks, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Let's not bore ourselves with a prolonged introduction, though. Just want to mention, of course, as always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. It does make a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. And as I always say, it affects what I do when I go about doing the things that I do on the channel. That's, of course, with regards to the comments. I do read through them all, and for this session in particular, there are quite a few comments to address as far as the airport is concerned. This new method of transportation that we're planning. There's a couple of things that I'll need to adjust over here. There's a couple of pieces of feedback that I really want to implement in terms of sort of the realism factor. One thing that has been pointed out to me is that this would never fly. Pun obviously entirely intended. Like apparently having a bridge, having a runway this close to another sort of infrastructure thing like this, like a bridge, would be a huge no-no because the risk factor is way too high. But partly because I don't want to rebuild this entire thing and replan this entire thing just for a couple of inches up this way. We're gonna go ahead and note that for sure, because I want to keep it in mind for future, for our inevitable reset and for future airports as well in this playthrough. But for now, I think we'll have to kind of accept, be okay with this, I suppose. I mean, maybe eventually I will adjust this, but I do want to, I don't want to take one step forward, two steps back, I guess. Let me know what y'all feel about that, obviously. Now, I did get some feedback with regards to the canal project as well. Many of you were suggesting that I use the cheat menus to kind of terraform these at no cost, and it would be faster. What I might do instead is, because if it's an actual canal project, see, I was okay with doing the cheat terraforming method out over here because the map hadn't been updated, so I was okay with that. But if we're actually going to build a canal, that is, changing the map in a way that we can also, by the way, as was suggested by some of you, build a canal to connect the two rivers. There's I think there's a narrow point over here somewhere where we can connect the two rivers. But yeah, so some of you were suggesting we use that kind of like cheat method. However, because it's not like we're fixing anything, we're making the canal as an economic investment. I wouldn't want to use the cheat method personally. I think I would rather use the funds, and I'd either like time lapse it or just cut it and just show the end result. As some of you pointed out as well, like making it a straight cut is rather boring and not necessarily the approach we need to take. We could kind of cut it through the mountain ranges and stuff as well, so that's definitely something I'll be considering. And some of you even further suggested that rather than just do that one cut, we might want to do a cut over here as well, to prevent this loop from going all the way up over there and then all the way back down just to get to NATO nations. So I got a couple of suggestions with regards to that as well, so super excited to see the positive reception there. Super excited to see that folks are into that idea, because I certainly am, and we can definitely explore that. But that is something we'll explore at a later time. There's enough on our plate right now, both in terms of the airport situation, which is, I think, like tourism is going to be my focus for the next little while, though we are obviously going to be paying attention to this Mines of Moria situation as well that we uncovered last session, where people are not coming to work at these coal mines at large enough numbers to keep the steel mill operational at full sort of full capacity. Like this is a problem. This is far from ideal. So let's very quickly take a look at a couple things over here. First, our population is still at 50.8. Still, it's stable once more, just at a higher number than previously, I suppose. But again, once these projects over here get completed, this should skyrocket as adults start to move out and they start having children of their own, etc., etc. Unemployment, thankfully, is relatively low if we take a look at all time. Oh, that's a little too messy. If you take a look at this year, it's going to be hard to read. Last year, yeah, we ended up crawling back up to about 3K, and now we slowly dipped down to 1900 or so. So that's good. And education, you know what? Oh, okay, can I do this all-time education? Ooh, that's not good. I mean, obviously, as the population grows larger, there are more people who might end up lacking education, which is what we're seeing here. 154 car owners, yikes. Look at that sudden like spike out of nowhere. Okay, yikes. You know what? That's not great. Basic education. This is a hard, you know, I wish this was percentage based. Yeah, that would be nice. If I could see, like, I could obviously do the math here. We'd have to like add all three of these numbers together and then divide by, like, just to, maybe one day I'll sit down and do the percentages to see what our education percentages are like. But what I'm getting at is I would like to see the ratio of educated versus uneducated versus those with secondary education, or post-secondary education, sorry, just to get a better understanding of our spread rather than just our number, because that gives us an idea of the quality of education rather than just the, or rather, it gives us an idea of the spread of education rather than just, you know, numbers that we have to compare. Am I making sense? I think I'm making sense. Y'all know what I mean, right? Let me know if you don't, and I'll clarify it if I need to. But yeah, so, I mean, things are looking pretty okay. I mean, there's still work to be done, obviously. Oh, look at that. Look at the alcohol addiction. Like, nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. That's great. Look at that. Look at that graph. How beautiful is that graph? No addiction problems at all. Alcohol being minimally available obviously has a, you know, part to play in that. Religion sympathy has been kind of fluctuating a little bit. It's been going up a little bit recently. I would really rather not have that be the case. But otherwise things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty fantastic. Oh, you know what? How come there's no, like, tourism thing over here? I guess tourism really all boils down to the economy and how much people are willing to spend when they get here. Or, right, there's this as well, of course. How could I possibly forget? Oh, hang on a second. Tourists intended to enter the Republic. Oh, I see, but none of them were able to get here. Ah, okay, that's interesting. So it does actually tell us what interest levels are like. I wonder if as we establish more, you know, tourist spots, if that intention number goes higher and higher. I do want to touch on one thing. At least some of you pointed out that our financial situation might be worsening right now because of, I guess, the last session beginning and end values. Technically, this month we've spent more than we've earned. I think that's just a matter of a lot of the construction that we did this in February. Looks like did we invite? No, we didn't bring any. No, we did not. This is just telling us the average cost for some reason. Oh, look at that. We can see. Oh wow, you look at that. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, that's so cool. I like that they added the alt tab. But yeah, so I think that's just largely because of our construction that we were doing. I think we did a lot of, must have done a lot of roads or something. We did something here, but that's all. That's all. It's not a problem. If we look at last month, you'll see we were profitable. If we take a look at this year as a whole, obviously we're in the hole a little bit, but last year we were okay, both in terms of dollars and in terms of rubles. So we're fine. We are fine. I should also actually, before I get too ahead of myself, because I know I will forget, but I should most certainly get you to queue up the ambulances. Where are we? Ambulance. There you are. Let's go ahead and find the best ambulance money can buy. Well, hold on a second. Do we want to spend dollars on the license instead? Ambulance? No ambulance available here. I really wish this was alphabetical. Like, doesn't that just make the most sense? But no. All right, so over here, ambulance. Let's see. 90 kilometers per hour, one passenger for all of them. Obviously 90, 90, 90, 100, 90, 90. I guess this one makes the most sense. Engine power is 34, 71. That just is like how many slopes and stuff do they have to deal with. But I think the 100 kilometers per hour makes the most sense. Let's go ahead and purchase the... That's an older model, eh? Like, what makes the bigger difference? The 10 kilometers per hour or the, near doubling, well, rather more than doubling of engine power? This one kind of looks like the Ghostbusters, like, hearse, doesn't it? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this one. It's newer. It's been in service since the 60s. I mean, it's technically already out of service, but, we're well beyond the scope of that. There is this one as well. That's neither as fast nor as much of an engine power there. I kind of like the look of this one. Let's go for it. It's chump change. I don't mind spending that kind of money. But let's go ahead and select the blueprint over here. Let's go ahead and get 4 of these. And then we'll flip back to some red of these. Let's maybe make 10 of them. Let's go ahead and make some blue ones as well. Sure, let's add a little bit of variety here. We do really need to get on exporting these vehicles as well, though. Oh my god. Did I not? I did get you, but it never actually assigned you to the task. So we're going to go ahead and assign I'm wondering, do I want to go all the way down over here to pick them up and then send them to export? That doesn't make any sense. No, let's go ahead and pick them up over here, load vehicles. And again, this is where it gets a little worrying, right? Load vehicles, but I can't choose which vehicles. So if and when I deliver a bus or a truck or whatever up there, I need to make sure to catch it before it gets sold, I guess. This needs to get more specific. This needs to get specific between classes of vehicles. Or like I should be able to check this, and then maybe a box pops up that lets me check which types of vehicles it should pick up and drop off. Maybe? I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking right now. But load vehicles, and then head on over to Baraharad, which is right here, and unload the very same. There we go. That ought to do the trick. Just the one vehicle, keep things flowing, keep things moving. And again, we manufacture this ourselves. How cool is that? How cool is it to be able to say that we made this thing ourselves, and now it is taking other vehicles that we've made and delivering them elsewhere? I just think it's just so absolutely ridiculously wild. Blows my mind. Okay, so that's all that taken care of. Oh, I wanted to touch on something down over here as well, by the way, folks, as we hit play, because I don't think we need to keep paused anymore. Let's hit play. The situation down over here is largely because workers were being brought from up over here. Oh, wow, what are the chances I click on that as opposed to the stop it's in? Workers were being brought from up over here and, if I recall correctly, from the train platform all the way down to either this spot over here. No, sorry, this spot over here to be, you know, taken across in one of these, oh geez, what's the word? Ski lift comes to mind, but it's obviously not a ski lift when it's not for skiing. Cable cars, there we go, cable cars. Being brought over by cable cars, and then some of them were being brought down by a bus down over here to, I believe, down over here. Is that not right? Moria, Primo, Uprising, got trolley bus stop. Yeah, like we were picking people up from other spots as well, right, and bringing them down to here. So what's happened now, though, is hang on a second, how are people getting to this from up over there, right, and from these parking lots down over here? Anyway, what's happened now is folks are instead being so efficiently picked up by these trains and whatnot that by the time those buses and trolley buses and all come through to pick these people up to take them down to work the mines of Moria, there's nobody to pick up because the trains have picked them up. And again, so effectively, we've oiled these machines that the steel mill is at 50 to 75% efficiency at basically all times. All the industries down at Petrograd, as well as the automobile industry itself as well. Don't forget, they all pick workers up from that same hub. So very cool feeling for sure. Feels fantastic that it's all working so smoothly, but it has obviously created this kind of cascading effect. Fortunately, as this stuff gets established and completed over here, we will have a new spot from where to bring some workers down towards Moria. I think we'll establish probably a bus maybe back over here that brings people over to the cableway station down over here. Perhaps we might even establish, and again, we have plans to establish a entire like transportation hub over here. Some of you were suggesting to bring people down towards Petrograd, but I wonder if from Petrograd's bus stop over here we don't send people over to where? To this bus stop over here, maybe establish another bus stop somewhere up over here for distribution, and then of course the bus stop down over here as well, and all that jazz. There's quite a bit of there's a variety of ways we can solve the current circumstances. I think a lot of it does rely on this being completed, and I will allow our nation to build everything over here. Well, I will allow them to do it for now while we tackle some of this tourism stuff, and then we can turn our attention back down over here. The reality is that while we need steel, and I would like to have a constant flow of steel, it's not the end of the world if we are, I say that, but I know it's not entirely the truth. I know it's not entirely the truth, because, what's the deal over here with iron being so chuggy? Yeah, I need to, maybe I need to prioritize this more than I think I do. I also want to get to the fields over here, but that doesn't feel as empty as this, or as essential as this. Alright, I gotta figure this out. I'm trying to figure out a quick solution over here. I mean, a potential quick solution is to have workers picked up elsewhere. Like, this is working rather smoothly. I quite like how few workers we often catch waiting over here. Unemployment is not too bad over here. 45 workers there. 58 workers here. Okay, so it does get a little bit worse over here. Can I go ahead and upgrade some of these roads, though? Hold on, I want to make sure I can click auto build. Yeah. Okay, good. Hold on, I'm gonna... Yeah, okay. It makes me so nervous that something very expensive is gonna get auto built. It's not about the money so much as the joy of producing some of those you know, sections of the nation. Let's go ahead and get all this sorted here real quick. All built. There we go. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Should really help speed transportation up, especially like around this loop and stuff. Like this should have been upgraded a while ago. Honestly. Get all these expenses in February as well. Go ahead and turn auto build off. Thank you very much. But yeah, so what could we do? What could we do? What could we do? Let's go ahead and take a look at the unemployment situation over here. Worker was unemployed yesterday. Set it to 3,000, please. A little bit of unemployment up over here. Where are these guys going? You should be... I wonder if the oh, you know what? The problem here might actually be a lack of transportation. This is also not ideal. This garage is coming to bite me in the butt right now because of these blockages. I was warned about this, but unfortunately I was warned about it a little too late. I'm not saying like, oh, y'all should have warned me sooner. I'm just saying like, I didn't know this was a thing when I established this parking lot. And now we're obviously paying the price for it. It's not that bad. I've just caught it a couple of times causing some issues. Not the end of the world, but just something to keep an eye on. However, yeah, so what I was getting at is, yeah, it looks like workers are coming here, but there's nothing coming to pick them up quickly enough. And as I say that, you come through. I wonder if establishing another bus or two wouldn't be a terrible idea. Might just want to do that. Establish a bus over here that picks up workers and brings them all the way down to where? Trying to figure out, like, if I drop them off over here, they can't really get anywhere except for this mine over here. Do I really not have a bus stop down here? I guess not. By the way, to those of you pointing out that this mine is still not complete, that's because this mine was really not necessary, and it's still not necessary. We planned it, and at one point, an auto-build order went through. I think that's what it was, and it started being built. Or, you know, it was set to continue construction, and people started building it, and then we canceled it, because we don't really need it yet, which is why it's kind of just sitting there looking pretty. Let's see, where are our mines? We got one up over here. What was our setup over here? How did people get up over here? Because people have been... Oh, yeah, there we go. This bus stop. There we go. So, let's see. From the Moria bus stop, people can get up to that mine. They can get up to... Oh, they're just short of getting up to this mine, it looks like. Maybe if I upgrade the roads a bit up there. Get down over here. They cannot get to this mine over here. For that mine, they have to go from the cableway. Okay, fair enough. But that does seem like the best spot to drop more people off if need be. Because, yeah, we're obviously seeing some unemployment up over here, and the explanation for that would be that they're going to this bus stop and not being picked up in time. So, let's go ahead and focus on... Let's go ahead and cancel these. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting that we can actually swap the order. Got an ITR 280 over here. One, maybe two. Let's go with two, actually. Let's go with two, and let's go ahead and establish some... Yeah, sure, let's do that. You know, actually, no. Get some more of these out there. Cool. Do that. Over here, we got a fire at the medium distribution office at Moria. Ooh, that's not good. Hopefully, we're going to see a response here quickly. Fire truck is headed here. Where is... I mean, this might be the closest fire truck. Looks like it. Progressing pretty slowly, so hopefully this will arrive in time. I think it will. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Ooh, that's new, right? I don't remember this. Oh, yeah, we should be good. Look at that. Look at the winding path, though. Anyways, we should be fine there. All right, cool. So that's good. Hopefully these buses, as they get produced, I mean, they do take some time to make. They take a fair bit of time to make, actually. Now, granted, we're not working at full capacity here, but good to know. Good to know. Unemployment continues to drop. That's good, and hopefully that'll drop even further now when we have these two new buses in service. And over here, what's our rate of project completion? And do I... Oh, hold on a second. These ambulances, before they get sold. These ambulances down over here. There we go. Get you. Yeah, in fact, I think one of them... Oh, no. They're both moving. Oh, they're all moving. Okay. I didn't realize it was emptying this right away. Get you down over here, too. I was like, did one get sold? Did I actually manage to miss one? All right, cool. Self-made ambulance is coming through now, though I don't think any workers are able to get here, unfortunately. They are able to walk here from this bus stop. Is this bus stop not taking any workers? Students only. I suppose we could bring workers as well. Sure, bring workers too. It's all about getting a decent balance. Though I suppose our graduates from here just going down there. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't mind that being a thing, actually. Hold on a second. So if that is the case, then let's go ahead and cancel that. My apologies. Let's just keep an eye on the situation here. I mean, I guess there were no workers here because there were no ambulances. No, we're still happening without any ambulances here. We'll keep an eye on the situation. How about that? We'll keep an eye on it, right? Oh, wow. Would you look at this? This has actually made a lot more progress than I realized. Is this game not gorgeous sometimes? The level of detail over here. Yeah, we're actually making more progress than I initially realized up there. We got plenty of steel, plenty of prefab panels. Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Sun's up. Let's go ahead and move on up to over here and get some work done over here. Yes. Let's do it. Sorry, I was just like glancing over at my notes to see if there was like what order I want to approach things in. All right, so first order of business is, unfortunately, we are actually going to have to remove this long runway and adjust it a little bit. Before I get into that, I want to mention that I can't remember if I mentioned this already, so I apologize, but it was pointed out to me that establishing an airport over here would be absolutely silly because the travel from here to here, looking at the length of the runway, it's basically like 1, 2, 3 runway lengths is the flight. Like, can you imagine boarding a plane to travel what is essentially like a 10-minute flight? You would have spent like 2 hours going through airport security and stuff, just to travel 10 minutes. Not ideal. So we're not going to put an airport over here. However, as some of you pointed out as well, when we're able to establish a helipad, we might see what the opportunity is over there. Again, just as a reminder, it is... where would it be? Where would it be? Where would it be? Lines. There we go. It is something that is clearly coming. I believe I've seen it mentioned in the developer's Trello as well, where they like have a note of everything they're working on and what they plan on implementing and whatnot. So eventually, I like that as an idea of an eventual possibility, but for now, we can still make the passenger port over here. So it will still be a transit hub or a transportation hub, a destination, if you will, but not an airport because y'all are right. It's a bit silly. It's at least a little silly. Let's go ahead and, all right, a couple things. So first of all, cancel this thing. The reason why we're canceling this is because it actually needs to be a little bit longer. We're actually going to make it 1 kilometer long because there is a plane that requires like a 980 meter runway. So that's something to... Okay, we want to step out of that into something else because we're going to level terrain height from center. A4. I didn't want to auto build all this by accident. I'm going to have to be so careful about that. We do want to flatten this because we've deleted it anyways, because we've demolished it anyways. Let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit. And I do wonder if I don't want to make this a little bit larger. In the sense that, like, this space over here might need to be a little bit bigger. Oh, what is this? Is this our first... Okay, what are the chances that of all things it could be, it's an epidemic? Actually, one of the tool tips when you load into the game is about, like, washing your hands because of the, current events. So I guess I shouldn't be so surprised. 7th March 1999, Epidemic Situation Report. This must be one of the global events. We observed severe acute cases of the infection. The disease is causing citizens severe health complications. Disease is highly infectious and our health system may even collapse. The World Health Organization released a warning about global infection. We expect a long duration. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. I wonder if this was a mistake. I mean, we have decent coverage as far as healthcare is concerned, right? Seems to be the... let's see. What is that? Is that 80? It's percentage based, right? we're like close to 90% coverage. Where are there gaps? Oh dear, that's actually... Oh, here we go. This is a good overview. 90s, 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 90s. All right, good stuff. I mean, I'd like 100%. We got a couple of 80s over here. Might want to establish another clinic or something up there. Over here, some 80s too. Do we not have a hospital in the area here? We have like a small clinic, don't we? Yeah, we have a small clinic here. Could get another ambulance here. 80s. There's obviously no healthcare requirements there. Over here, lots of 80s over here. We might want to establish another small clinic. We have a small clinic over here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. That's a restaurant. Clinic for some. There we go. We've got coverage. So why is healthcare not 100%? I assume there have been days where they've not felt well or whatnot, and they haven't been able to go to a hospital. Oh, a 70 over here. Yikes. Okay, some 70s down over here. Definitely need to establish better healthcare protocols. We do have the ambulance, or not the ambulance, but the hospital over here. Lots of people working here as well. Treating patients, I think relatively consistently, no? I hope so. I hope so. I hope we're doing okay. These numbers make me a little nervous, but I guess we're about to find out how how this affects things. I mean, geez, do I want to establish more ambulances down there? You know what? Here's what we're going to do. One bus is done. Let's go ahead and move you to here. The second bus is going to be done soon. Let's go ahead and build more ambulances. I'm going to go ahead and say we build, well, like 4. Let's see. 4 for the new area that we're establishing right now. We can go ahead and get another couple up over here. 3 more. Sure. Don't mind if I do. Huh. Well, this is interesting. I like this puts a twist on things. I like this. I like this. I don't know how badly it's going to impact us, but I do like that I have to think about it. Go ahead and are these really the same ambulance we've been using for so long? Fair enough. Okay, that's going to take some time to do, but we just got to keep an eye on that, obviously. And let's go ahead afterwards, swap on over to some of these again. Get rid of you. There we go. Cool. That should do the trick. A little nervous, I'm not going to lie. A little nervous. Okay, let's hit play, and let's get back to work over here. So, auto building still, level terrain height from center. Yeah, so I'm thinking, obviously this thing needs to be repaired. That's one thing, but I also... so as many of you pointed out, I learned a lot, by the way, and I want to thank you for sharing your more informed, sort of, your more knowledgeable stances and whatnot. I say this a lot. I say this often. I love this community. I love reading through the comments. A lot of the times I'm able to share stuff that I know simply because I'm the type to just like read up on a bunch of stuff. And a lot of the times when I'm reading through the comments, I learn stuff from all of y'all. And so I just want to say thank you because it was so fascinating for me just to see the examples, just to, you know, learn about runway organization, about why I should have parallel taxiways so that we, you know, we have planes are able to queue up. I learned that sometimes runways are used as taxis, and that I knew because I've experienced it. I used to fly a lot, but it's just cool to, like, you know, see the explanations and see, like, I don't know. I like learning. It's really the simplest way to put it. So I just want to thank y'all for that as I continue to expand and reclaim some land over here, because not only do we want to have these runways over here, but we also want to have runways that run perpendicular to them. That'll probably be established over here. And the reason why you want to do that is because planes, their runways for takeoff are determined by wind direction. Now, wind direction is not yet in the game. I did get a couple of questions about that, and it was obviously relevant, or it was obviously a result of that same kind of line of thinking of airplanes taking off from in the right direction. So that's cool. I mean, obviously, wind impacts an airplane. Like, yes, of course, I know that, but I didn't realize it was made such a difference for takeoff. I suppose having the wind, you know, blowing towards the airplane makes takeoff a lot more smooth and efficient because of obviously the the way wings work. It all makes sense now that I've had it, like, you know, mentioned. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, but I didn't, like, you know, it's those things that you don't really think about. Like, I don't really think about, but you like to know. I don't know. I'm rambling here. I apologize, but what I'm getting at is cool. Learned a lot of interesting new stuff, and now we're going to kind of work alongside everything I've learned to establish this in a bit more of a realistic-ish way. Again, I do have my little things that I want that I fancy that I would like to do. For example, you know, this like fly by the bridge is maybe a little too close, though. That is maybe a little too close. We'll see if we adjust that before I'm done here. What I do want to do, though, is I want to get rid of this thing because it was pointed out that it wouldn't be a bad idea to get at least one of these 75-meter ones to better, well, to open up some options for us, right? So 75 meters should be able to attach over here, I hope. No way. Can't put it to infrastructure. Let's see just how much I need to adjust over here. 75 meters. No. You're telling me this is getting in the way? Come on now. There we go. I can establish you over here. Yep. I was just checking that it wasn't auto-building. Alright, and then the 3 parking. It doesn't have to be 3. But I would like it to be the 3. We can establish up over here, hopefully. And put it to infrastructure. It's not marking anything red. Oh, I see. I see, okay. It's okay, it's okay. I know I basically just undid everything we did last time, but hope y'all don't mind. It is coming from a more informed position now. Flatten, there we go. Now can I... I can't go all the way in there, eh? Okay, fair enough. Establish you as far in as possible. Like so. Sure. Oh, you're gonna kill me like that? You really wanna do this game? Why you gotta do this to me? Please tell me I can, like, get these guys to... There we go. Now, again, I can actually have it facing the same direction as well, but I like the idea of having it face, you know, a slightly different direction. That's better. There we go. Build a taxiway. Down over this way. Over here. Straight across. Flatten this a bit. I wonder if that's going to connect cleanly. Too steep, yeah, not surprised there. Alright, not a problem, not a problem. I'd flattened this previously, but I guess, you know, it's, the heights have been adjusted now. Right from center. Here we go. Move this right out, please, and thank you. Go. Okay, hopefully that does the trick. That does the trick. Pull you straight out this way. I don't know if that's enough of a gap to... That's not. I had a feeling. Should have known. Should have known. Okay. And we do this. That should do the trick, I hope. Like so. Connect. Oh, come on. Still too steep? Still too steep? It's like flat. Man. It's like our perfection from last time is thrown out the window. Let's see. Come on now. Infrastructure's in the way. You are the infrastructure, man. Come on. What's going on here? This is weird. It worked so smoothly last time. In comparison to this. There we go. Sure, needed a bit bigger gap, I guess. And I'm going to go ahead and cancel this as well. Hook you up properly. There we go. Hook this up over here. Yep, beautiful. So, I mean, this kind of works out because it ends up being parallel to... well, not entirely parallel, but, you know, in theory parallel to the runway when established over here. Again, it needs to be 1,000 meters. There's a plan, again, to clarify, that requires a 980 meter runway. That's what I'm building for here. I'm getting a little bit extra because why not? Get out of there. Level. Auto build. Right. Make sure that we are nice and flat over here because clearly there's a bit of undulation or something going on that's preventing the runway from being built. There we go. See evidence of it here. Right, hopefully that does the trick. Getting another plateau over here. Okay, turn auto build off. And runway time. There we go. 800 and... No, that ain't right. Were you really longer than that? 996. A little bit longer. And... Oh, come on. You can see the lights as well. It's pretty cool. There's 1,000. I saw 1,000 flash for a second there. Oh, there we go. 950. It's so long. It's so ridiculously long. Start up there. Guys are a little bit lower. There we go. I don't mind it being a little bit longer. Let's try this. Let's go with that. There's a bit of a gap between the two runways. That's okay. Do that. Can I build a taxiway to connect? Yes, there we go. Cool. Can I also build a taxiway? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it won't fit. Too tight, too tight. Okay, that's not a problem, not a problem. Though I should also, it's been pointed out, build a taxiway that connects on the other side, because a plane might approach from the different side to land, and we want to make sure it gets off the runway, you know, sooner rather than later. We don't want it to be on the runway. You know, if it approaches this way, it lands over here, and then it has to loop around and go all the way down over here just to get to the taxiway, to get back to the terminal. That is a massive, that's a colossal waste of time, obviously. So we want to make sure it's got a little exit over here. Same over here, right? It should be able to cross over, though that does obviously shut down this runway while it's crossing over. Lots of cool stuff. I mean, just lots of stuff that I didn't know, that I'm learning, that I was able to kind of learn, and I just think it's super cool. Now I just want to double check. This is, we ended up over 1,000 over here, right? Yeah, we ended up over 1,000. So look at how, like, it eats up so much space. How am I supposed to establish a separate... That's wild, man. That's wild. How big this is. I guess I could... Let's back out over here. Height from center. Flatten this whole thing. Because, I mean, again, we want to establish, like, hotels and everything here as well, right? Why is... Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't realize there was such a height difference. Can't tell if this is flat. I should hope so. Go ahead and flatten all this. Let's go. Expensive earthworks projects. I think that's a big part of our expenses from well, the previous month now. All this flattening. At it, keep at it. Alright, there we go. I don't mind paying for it, though. We have money. Though, funnily enough, we were at like 96 million at the start of this session, approximately. Look at where we are now. It is expensive. It is expensive. But we're building a literal airport, right? So, obviously it's expensive. Alright, this is good. And again, like as I was saying earlier, like I want to make sure we have room for our hotels, like our airport hotels. I want to make sure we have room for our what's the word I'm looking for? Train stations and bus stops and all that stuff. What I want to do, by the way, there's some updates to the plans, again, based on some of the thoughts and opinions that were shared in the comments of the previous episode. So just some updated plans here. Obviously, we have the airport over here. Only one massive runway, potentially, because I don't know if I can fit a kilometer-long runway over here. Maybe. Gotta flatten a bit more at an angle. This is wild. It's really cool seeing this in scale, eh? Like seeing how it all comes together. There's a literal mountain on one end of this runway. I definitely need to flatten that more. But I want to make sure things fit before I work on that. Taking forever. Even with auto build on, this is taking forever. Hilarious. We shrink this a little bit. Does it make it faster? Nah, it doesn't make it faster. I was wondering if it, like, you know, technically starts working only on a smaller radius and so goes a little bit quicker. Alright, I think that's about it for now. That might be good enough. But yeah, the updated plan is to have the airport over here. God, it's the length of our entire capital city. Yeah, okay, that's wild. To have the airport over here, we would have what I think of it as like a shuttle bus system. Have a shuttle bus system that brings people over to this area where we'd have some hotels, have a cafe, bar, things like that, and maybe even have the port over here. So rather than get on the passenger port over here near a bunch of airplanes taking off where it's super noisy and obviously a lot busier than I'd initially thought, rather than having that, we would have people shuttle over to here from where they could get onto the passenger boats, and then get brought down here. Now, yes, it's a little bit of a longer trip from here down to here, rather than from here down to here. But a couple of things. For one, I think it makes sense. It's further away from like this mess and just like the overall, I don't know, the industrialness of this area. So that's one thing. And then what I mentioned earlier as well is just in terms of like the space that we have available and the idea of things taking off and landing over here while you're trying to get on a boat. But also it kind of makes me think about downtown Toronto and oh, that's weird. I don't often say the hard T there. Oh no. Downtown Toronto, where we have like stadiums and important offices for like radios and TV stations and radio stations and TV stations and whatnot, close to where there's the ferry to get onto the Toronto Islands. So that's kind of what it makes me think of as well. So a little nod to Toronto, I guess. Should be fun. But yeah, so that's the plan there. I thought I'd update y'all. Now, there has been a suggestion as well of implementing trams to do that, and I love that idea. I do love me some trams. I always have. But I feel like that would overcomplicate our junction over here. We might be able to build a bridge that goes over top. We'll see, though. Trams are fun, but they are also slower, as we've seen, right? So, something to think about. On the topic of slow, I just realized... Hang on a second. Oh, please don't steal my bus. Yes, okay, good. Go ahead and get you over to here, buddy. And where is our bus stop down over here? Oh, we got you, Moria. No, we got this one, right? Brisengrad trolley bus stop. I believe this is the line that I want to use. Moria, Primo. Make sure. Down over here. Yep. The Primo bus stop number 3 is up over here. Don't know if we need that as much, but I'll take it. Sure. So, view line details. Maybe I should rename this, eh? What? Uprising Grad North to Moria Primo? For now, sure. Accept changes. We didn't make any changes. Oh, you know what the changes are? Tourists. Get rid of the tourist. Pick up and drop off. There we go. For, eventually, I don't ever want to have to deal with that. Cool. Oh, right, and of course the name. I changed the name as well. Right. You are assigned this line, and yet you've got tourist icons over here. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Done here. I want to come over to here. Where's our bus? Where's our other bus? Is it getting fuel, I assume? Yeah. And I want to go ahead and set line to this vehicle and to this vehicle. There we go. Hopefully you're headed to the depot still. Alright, fair enough. You are able to start. Off you go. There. That should maybe help alleviate the pressure down over here a little bit. And what's the deal down over here? Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that. We're playing at 1 speed here, folks. This was not at 2 speed. We have 1 and, like, 4/5 of an apartment block done. This, okay, whoa, hold on a second. This is too quick. This is too quick for me. Slow it down and maybe focus on these ones first. Damn, I should have really organized that a little bit better. I wonder if folks up there are able to get down to the stuff down over here. We will have them driving. These guys are going to be suffering a lot. Oh my God. Okay. So many things I need to prioritize at any given time. We're going to make this a bit of a touristy spot as well. Some of those tourist elements can obviously sustain some of the needs and wants of the people as well. Why is this not more of a problem? Oh, Priority. Oh, because this isn't connected. Right, of course, of course, of course. Of course. Well, let's connect that. Really hope I didn't auto-build a bunch of stuff there. Okay, good, auto-build is off. Spend all of your constructions. I don't want these guys to be done by an accident or anything like that. Done, done, done. Okay, good stuff. You, though. Let me assign Uprising Grad, Zavodsk as well. Because they can come down from that highway, right? I mean, like, it's kind of the point. Down over here, too. Uprising Grad and Zavodsk. Is Zavodsk auto-assigned? That's pretty cool. Oh, no, I must have assigned them. Let's go ahead and... Nothing in range. Well, nothing's in range because this needs a road connection back over here. Alright, not a problem. We talked about doing this. We'll need some adjusting over here. I'm just trying to figure out the best. We want to kind of like do a straight cut over here. We want to curve. We'll go to the straight cut. Well, straight. Maybe you know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean over here. Okay, there we go. Down to about here, I think. And then we can go ahead and curve this a little bit. There we go. I think that works nicely. Done. Not too blatant. I think that works nicely. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. This is also dropping, which isn't ideal. I was hoping to have these guys be empty for a little bit longer so I could actually... I mean, I guess it's a bunch of students coming through. Okay. 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 Relocate. Relocate. Can I choose to pick up... Trying to figure out how to make sure I'm picking up the right age group, I suppose. I don't know how to guarantee that. All right. Oh man. Okay, this is a thing. This is certainly a thing. Can't work because of low education level. That's got to be new, right? After all this tourism stuff is like started up, like after we start seeing the construction of the airports and stuff begin, I need to come back over here and I really need to start meeting the needs of the people again. I need to like take a look at everything they're suffering from down over here, because up at Veteringrad they're doing pretty well. Last we checked, you guys are doing all right. Letting go at church again, but overall you can see like minimal cause for concern. A little bit of food and meat over here and there, but hopefully that'll be a quick fix. But there are some big problems brewing down at Uprising Grad. Okay, back up over here though. Feels kind of weird. This is where like the fact that it's a video game, you know, is very clear. We want to get our runway. How long can this runway be? Well, obviously not that long. How long is this? This is 300 meters. This is 300 meters. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? We obviously can't build another kilometer-long piece over here. That is so long. Unless we demolish everything. Wow. Man, wow. Wow. Go ahead, flatten over here a bit more. Like, we want to do, like, at least, like, 700 meters, maybe? 800 meters? If I could get to a kilometer, I'd be happy. Don't think I'll be able to, though. Oh my god. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool, though. A real sense of scale. Eats up a lot of room. I guess I'm glad that we've left this area empty for so long. It's given us this opportunity now that we can just fill it up with more housing or something. But at the same time, it's like, well, I kind of, you know, Veteringrad would hopefully be a bit larger in terms of its population and whatnot. But it's okay. A small capital city. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You know, there are small political capitals in nations that have large economic or commercial capitals. Like that is a thing out there. You know what else is out there is a lot of our money. A lot of our money is very much out there. In as a result of all this flattening. And a lot more than I'd anticipated. We are sub 90 million. Can you I don't believe it. Again, I'm not worried, but now aren't you glad that we've been saving up for so long? Because now I can do this with impunity. There we go. On the topic of doing it with impunity. Oh my god, it's like barely moving. Like, double speed it. Faster, yeah. Don't raise while also flattening, please. There we go. That's my bad entirely. Not blaming the game or anything. Alright, how about this? Is this good? Go ahead and flatten a little bit more over here. There we go. Build runway. It's because of the literal like cliff face at the end there. Not take off or land. How much clearance do you need? 300 meters, 400 meters, okay. Might be able to get 600 meters out of this. Maybe. Maybe. Button a bit more up over here. Right? We can obviously fit more runways over here, like I'm not too worried about that. It's this one, which obviously, yes, is not a necessity. But it's cool to try and be real. Try and be close to real. 482. 485. What if we go a little bit further over here? I'll take off for land. 484. More flattening required out over here. We're getting... It's like the plane's gonna take off, fly over a bunch of houses over here. I mean, that's okay. It's not unheard of. It's not super convenient. The other option is, of course, to build this elsewhere entirely. Double speed it. Get this happening faster, as fast as possible. Jeez. I'm trying to figure out now, like, okay, if I do a 600 meter one over here, that's okay, that's something. We can add one more that's along the coast, like parallel to the coast. That'll be a shorter one as well. There's that. Man, I wish there was an option to just blow the side of a mountain off. I wish there was just like a click of a button and it all disappears. That is crazy. Is that good enough? Come on, buddy. The angle of the other runway is obviously also part of the problem. I wonder if we don't expand it a little bit further out. To find these perfect compromises, I suppose. What are you? Alright, let's try this. Come on. Why are you getting stuck over here? Weird. But we're good. Oh, I see. There was a bit of an overlap of a taxiway. Alright, let's see. Runway. And what can we get over here? 500 meters. 560. That's about as long as we're going to be able to get. 568 maybe. 570. Damn. Now let's see. 556, 572. Alright, let's try this. 573 or 572 up over here. Okay. We do that. And we get a kilometer over here? We can. We can still get a kilometer over here. Sometimes it's just about the order that you build things in, I suppose. Come on. There's our kilometer. Wanted a bit of a gap though. Much. Back over here. Okay, that's fine by me. Oh. Here, let's do this. Oh, come on. I'm gonna eyeball my... Oh, I guess I could do this. Makes it even longer. Now, hopefully it counts as 2 separate runways, though. Hopefully it's not just like... I mean, obviously, someone's like gonna drift and turn and catch speed up this way. That would be ridiculous. Go ahead and get our taxiways planned as well, over here and over here and over here. We'll get this going down this way. Come on. Go, keep going down this way. Weird, it's like saying there's other infrastructure in the way, but I can't imagine what it would be. For it to still allow me to go over that same section of land, you know? Alright, okay. So things can queue up over here, go down there. We could also have this continue down this way. Right, and continue up this way too. Alright. Could get another runway over here. I was like, we're probably building way too many runways compared to what we're actually going to need at first. Oh, they're pretty long over here, actually. Have another kilometer-long runway. That would be foolish. That'd be very foolish, right? Pointless. I'm also dropping this down, which I don't want. Go ahead and raise this up. If we're actually going to make another runway that's super long. Definitely want to raise this up instead. Go, good stuff, good stuff. Alright. Let's see how long it'll let us get it. Because I don't want it to just be exorbitant, you know? But if it'll let me... 700 meters, 850, 900. Go with 855 there. It's connected over here. Too steep of a descent. Oh, come on. Thought I was flattening you there. I see. Okay, hopefully we're better now. Alright. Runway from down here over to here. Hope that flattening didn't break everything. Actually get us to be a bit longer. Oh no, fire destroyed a building. It's been forever since that's happened. The slaughterhouse down at Primo? Okay, well this thing wasn't being used at all, if I recall correctly. So we're fine. But that's not good. There were no firefighters or anything over here. See, this poses a clear threat, a clear problem. This fire station can only get so far. There are a couple of buildings there that are not safe until this fire station is up and running. Fortunately, I mean, the agro farm is kind of a big deal. Well, that's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. Could do like a temporary... access point or something like that. I don't think they'd be able to reach, actually. We just need to focus on that a little bit sooner than I'd initially anticipated. Lots to focus on. Lots to focus on, all sooner than I'd initially anticipated. Constantly. This is cool, though. We'll see if those... taxiways will attach. Good stuff. Hook you up over here, hook you up over here, hook you up over here. Right? So this, again, because this one allows it to go up to these more easily. This one allows it to go up to this more easily without interfering, I guess. I don't know if this will actually be, good, but I'm gonna find out. together. There we go. Hook this up over here. Or up return, okay. Do that. Let's do this. I think that works. Okay. Well, that's certainly interesting looking, right? We can go ahead and build another runway maybe somewhere over here, perhaps, potentially, if necessary, like a small one. Like a small private plane or something like that, you know? Like a 300-meter runway or something. There are really small planes as well that could actually use that. 400 meters. Sure, let's go for it. I'm gonna go ahead and say out over here. Over here. 430 meters. What about down over here? Too steep of an incline at the beginning there. Flatten that a bit. Yeah. Not gonna fly because it's flattening it the other way around. Come on now. We spent 10 million rubles today on flattening terrain. More or less, more or less. Will you? 424 meters. I think that's long enough for some planes. Come on now. Where'd that sweet spot go? Where did that sweet spot go? Had it for the longest time and now I've lost it. Airplane can't take off or land. Maybe this. 400 meters. Catch you like so. Catch you like so. You know what? That feels pretty legit. That feels pretty legitimate. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it is. Obviously, I would like to have a kilometer-long runway this way as well, but no can do. Not without demolishing half of our, not without demolishing parts of our original, you know, city, like where we first were working. Of course, I do need a control tower as well. This thing is tiny in comparison, obviously. Want to make sure it needs a constant supply of workers. So we need to make sure that people are able to get here easily enough. We'll have like a shuttle bus or something, I think, bringing workers over from the central area in Veterankagrad over, because there are still a couple of people here and there who are sometimes unemployed, if I'm not mistaken, actually. Hang on a second. Surely there's some unemployment in this area. Unemployed yesterday. Yeah, a couple jobs needed over here. Yeah, I can see on and off. A couple jobs needed over here. So we'll be able to bring people with a shuttle bus or something to work over here, for sure. Let's get our control tower where we want to get fuel over here, but yikes, I mean, you can see the reality of the situation, right, of like coming to this area. So we can put the control tower over here instead. Yeah, we can do that. Down. Yeah, sure, put it down over here. Right there. Suspend your construction, though. And then, alright, so people arrive, they go over here, and then we want to make sure they're able to get onto buses and whatnot over here, right, to go where they need to go. Oh, I gotta wait until the sun rises so I can establish some hotels and whatnot as well. Oh, look at this, though. Look at this. It's huge. It's the size of our capital city. It is, the whole airport is the size of our entire capital city. It's the size of our entire, like, Ruralinsky down over here almost. It's massive. It is massive. All right, let's see. So if we pop out over here, I mean, it'd be nice to have a transportation node over here, a transit node. You get driven down. We'll probably drag this straight out. Straightness of that road there. Like that. Back this up a little bit. We can, there we go, get a nice curved road there. You hop on the bus over here, you get taken down over here, this turns up that way. What I might want to do is build a bridge over here like we've done in the past. I don't know how nicely it would work. It would require some of this to be adjusted as well, but we We might be able to, actually. If we connect back over here, and then this goes under and connects up over there or something. Might need a little bit of a rework there. And what's the situation down over here? Yikes. Yikes. 2 buildings done. These guys are filling up. Alright, you know what, folks? I think next session, we're actually going to have to turn away from our massive project up over here. Look at this cliffside. We're going to have to do something interesting over here as well to make this feel less like a hidden landing strip and more like an actual, you know, area to land your plane. But I'm still not over the size of this. I think we might have to step away from this for next session and actually tackle the situation at Uprising Grad. I mean, again, we're all equally excited for all the tourism stuff and the airport. I know I'm very excited for it. You know, I think I'm gonna get rid of the edge over here. It's just a little goofy, isn't it, to see it drop off like that? But sorry, hold on. What I'm saying is, we're gonna have to step away from this, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna establish the supply of needs down over here, and that includes tourism stuff as well. So we're gonna have some of those pools, some of those restaurants that all help meet the needs of like food and things like that. So we are gonna see some tourism focus here still, though a bit more relevant to our citizens, because our population has dropped. Yeah, we've definitely seen a drop in population. I wonder if it's because of I wonder what's finally caused that balance to be tipped, especially considering we've finally established new places where people can move to. I certainly wasn't expecting that. We need to go ahead and get these hostels filled up again. Yeah, there's a lot going on down over here that I need to address immediately before things start collapsing on us. Now the deaths, actually, could it possibly be because of our medical condition? No, we're still doing okay. Still doing okay. Though I do want to check one more thing, though. Coal is still not great. You're topped up. You are getting some workers. You're getting a fair number of workers. Go ahead and up your numbers there. I don't know. Gonna have to do something about this. What's unemployment looking like up over here? It has dropped, because it was in the 60s and 70s, right? So it's dropped now, which is good. Now, is that because people have died or left, or is it because people are employed? I think it's because people are employed. Oh, boy. All right. I mean, things are certainly coming to a head over here, but I think we'll have to step away from St. Partia and our Veterinka International Airport. I mean, y'all let me know what you think about this. I mean, again, it's maybe not, you know, perfect. It's not super realistic. Maybe it would have been a good idea to establish the airport somewhere else entirely. But then we'd have to, you know, establish the infrastructure to get people to arrive, and it's like, where would we put the airport? You know, and do we really want to go? Do we want to do that? If there was like mass consensus, if I get like 50 comments that are like, yeah, move the airport somewhere else, then I'll look into that. But this worked nicely for like everything that I planned that I was talking about earlier. Though it does limit, of course, the growth of Veterinka. Wild, absolutely wild. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. This is where we're going to call it. If you did have a good time, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, and how I go about doing it. My oh my, look at the expenses. That is absolutely ludicrous. Folks, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big ol' thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, das vidanya.